Welcome back to Pivot Era. This is episode 5, Clarity over Chaos. Pivot Era is learning out loud in a time of change. I'm glad you're here. Today is all about pausing in the middle of change and finding the threads that guide us forward. We're talking about something that sounds simple, but can feel impossible when we're in the middle of transition, like choosing clarity over chaos. Where to begin? Let's start with the weight of chaos. Have you ever felt like your head is a crowded train or tube station? Ideas rushing, doubts bumping into you, voices of expectation echoing. Yes, then you know what chaos feels like on the inside. It's something many of us go through. Career pivots, being single, should we marry, snog, avoid moments, all of life's transitions. They all carry a kind of noise. And it's not just external noise like notifications or advice from well-meaning people. It's the inner critic. Should I stay? Should I leave? What if I regret this? What if I fail? Am I taking the right next step? Sometimes when we can't see the next step clearly, our mind fills the gap with clutter. Then chaos becomes a kind of placeholder. No wonder this is the reason why clarity feels so rare then. Take it from me, from my experience, that's exactly what it feels like. Then all of a sudden, when we have some form of clarity, we imagine clarity as this sudden aha moment where everything makes sense. But clarity is rarely a lightning strike. It's more like mist lifting slowly off a lake. And often, the reason clarity feels so far away is because we're carrying too many things at once. Old expectations, unfinished projects, the weight of what others think we should be doing. Chaos is heavy. Clarity is light. But to get there, we need to let some things go. Like when I catch a cold, I rest up for a while. This helps my body heal. Sure, it will be different for everyone, but I also think with rest, it creates space for me. It allows me to ask myself, where am I doing too much? When I stop, this makes me think about, stuff. Things like what I don't need anymore, decluttering if you like. This could be my physical environment or reprioritizing the things I have to do. And for the record, I love a to-do list. Yes, of course, this will be different for everyone, but I'm sharing what I do and what's worked for me. In Pivot Era, we share experiences, so please take what you like and leave behind what doesn't feel right for you. Back to it. Decluttering your mind is not about emptying it. It's about making enough space for the right things to stand out. Here are a few practices you can try. A. Name the noise. Take 5 minutes and write down every thought swirling in your head. Don't edit, don't solve, just get it out. When you see it on paper, it stops floating. B. Circle what matters. Out of all the noise, maybe only 1 or 2 things actually need your attention right now. Circle them. That's your starting point. C. Give the rest permission to wait. Chaos often comes from treating everything as urgent. Decluttering means saying, not everything gets to be important today. D. Use simple anchors. Ask yourself, what do I need most in this season? Energy, learning, stability, connection? That word can become your North Star. Now let me share my story. When chaos brushed against me, I had no idea how to change. My pivot, the circumstances I was suddenly faced with, forced me to think about my what's next. Imagine this. I had 10 browser tabs open in my life. Continuous learning, job applications, side hustles, no income, family expectations, and my own personal expectations on myself. It all blurred together, and you guessed it. I couldn't hear myself think. Something had to give. So I did something small. I closed every browser tab. Then I wrote this one sentence in my notebook. Right now, the most important thing is finding a job that gives me energy. This one sentence didn't solve everything, but it gave me something to come back to whenever the chaos grew loud. Sometimes clarity isn't a full map. It's simply the one road you're choosing for now. Did my one sentence change? Of course it did. It still does many times. It continues to change as my circumstances change. That's okay. The secret I've found is to come back to the same question. What do I need right now? This has helped me to think with clarity and put sharp focus on where I spend my time. That's important. If you're in the middle of a pivot, you don't have to silence every voice, every doubt, every possibility. You just need to quiet the noise enough to hear the next gentle step. Clarity isn't perfection. It's direction. It's trust. It's choosing one small light in the middle of the storm. Thanks for listening, and if this resonated, why don't you take 5 minutes out of your day to write down your noise and see what one word, one theme, or one sentence rises to the top for you. I'll see you next time on Pivot Era, but before then, one final thought to ponder on. Clarity isn't about knowing it all. It's about knowing what matters for your now. It can be that simple. This is an AI voice-powered podcast shared by humans who simply want to connect across generations and normalize the art of starting again. New episodes drop every Wednesday and Sunday. Share it with someone who's navigating their own pivot or who needs to hear that beginnings aren't failures. They're growth.